Your mind is the true source of creation because every experience, every circumstance, every event in your life begins as a thought, an image, or a feeling within you. Before anything takes form in the physical world, it first exists in the invisible realm of imagination. The mind is not a passive observer of life, it is the architect of it. Whatever you accept as true in your inner world will inevitably find a way to express itself in the outer. When you dwell on a certain idea with feeling, you give it life. The pictures you hold in your mind are not idle fantasies. They are blueprints, quietly shaping the conditions around you. If you constantly imagine lack, the world will echo it back to you. If you consistently imagine abundance, life will find ways to bring it to you. The mind draws to itself whatever matches its dominant state, like a magnet pulling unseen particles into form. The power lies in your ability to choose the thoughts and images you entertain. You are never at the mercy of circumstances, because circumstances are only the shadows cast by your inner state. If you wish to change the shadow, you must first change the light source. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your inner vision. The moment you accept that your mind is the origin of all creation, you reclaim your power to shape your reality exactly as you wish. The world you see around you is nothing more than a reflection of what you carry within. Every person you meet, every situation you encounter, every opportunity or obstacle that appears is shaped by the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that dominate your inner life. Life has no choice but to echo the state you are in. If you live with a sense of confidence and worthiness, the world will return experiences that affirm your value. If you dwell in doubt and fear, you will find those same qualities mirrored back through events and interactions. It is not the outer world that determines how you feel. It is how you feel that determines the outer world you experience. Just as a mirror cannot reflect anything other than the image placed before it, life cannot show you anything other than the state you project into it. This is why trying to change the external without addressing the internal is like rearranging the reflection in the mirror without touching the object itself. The people and events that come into your life are drawn by resonance. They match the frequency of your thoughts and feelings. When you shift your inner state, the reflection must change to match it. This is not about forcing the outer world to obey your will. It is about understanding that the outer world has no choice but to follow the pattern you establish within. The world faithfully returns to you the essence of what you believe, assume, and feel to be true. To assume the feeling of already having it is to step into the state of fulfillment before any physical evidence appears. It means you no longer wait for the outer world to give you permission to feel the joy, peace, or satisfaction you desire. You choose to feel it now as though your wish is already a living reality. This is not about pretending or forcing belief. It is about embodying the emotional and mental state of the person who already possesses what they desire. When you live from this place, you are no longer chasing your desire, you are expressing it. The mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically present, and so it begins to align your thoughts, behaviors, and circumstances with the reality you have inwardly accepted. The feeling becomes a creative seed, drawing to itself all that is needed for its physical manifestation. If you long for love, feel the warmth and connection as if it is already yours. If you desire abundance, let the relief and freedom of having it wash over you now. If you seek success, carry yourself with the calm assurance of one who has already achieved it. In doing so, you create a magnetic state that pulls matching experiences toward you. The outer world will inevitably rise to meet the reality you have claimed within. Your belief shapes your destiny because it is the unseen force directing every choice you make, every action you take, and every expectation you hold about life. Belief is not merely an opinion or passing thought. It is the deep acceptance of something as true, and once accepted, it begins to mold your perception of the world. You see what your beliefs allow you to see, and you overlook what they deny. In this way, your beliefs, quietly but powerfully, shape the path you walk. When you believe you are capable, opportunities reveal themselves where others see none. When you believe you are unworthy, you unconsciously turn away from the very experiences that could transform your life. Your beliefs act as filters, coloring every interaction, influencing your decisions, and even determining how others respond to you. They become self-fulfilling prophecies, drawing to you the evidence needed to keep them alive. To change the course of your life, you must first change what you believe to be possible for yourself. A new belief plants a new seed, and that seed grows into new choices, new behaviors, and new results. It is not fate or luck that writes your destiny. It is the quiet, persistent power of what you accept as true about yourself and the world. When you choose to believe in a greater possibility, you set in motion the chain of events that makes that possibility real. Inner conversations are creative acts because the dialogue you carry within yourself is constantly shaping your perception, your mood, and the reality you experience. Every time you replay a memory, imagine a future event, or silently respond to someone in your mind, you are planting seeds that grow into external circumstances. These conversations are not idle or harmless. They are blueprints, silently instructing your subconscious to bring forth matching experiences. If your inner dialogue is filled with doubt, criticism, and fear, you will naturally act, speak, and interpret life through that lens, attracting situations that confirm those thoughts. If your inner dialogue is one of encouragement, assurance, and confidence, you begin to carry yourself differently, interact differently, and magnetize outcomes that reflect that inner state. The tone of your inner voice becomes the tone of your life. Most people think their inner conversations are reactions to life, but in truth, life is reacting to those inner conversations. By deliberately choosing the words, tone, and direction of your thoughts, you can rewrite the script you are living. Speak to yourself as though the things you want are already yours. Hold conversations in your mind where people treat you exactly as you wish to be treated. Imagine receiving the news you desire and respond to it inwardly with joy. Over time, these silent exchanges will begin to take form in the world around you. Self-reliance is spiritual power because it is the recognition that everything you need to create the life you desire already exists within you. It is the understanding that no person, circumstance, or event has the final say over your destiny unless you grant them that power. When you rely on yourself in this way, you are not depending on your outer resources alone, but on the infinite inner source from which all resources flow. You stop looking outward for permission, validation, or rescue, and instead draw upon the quiet certainty that you are the operant power in your life. This kind of self-reliance is not arrogance or isolation. It is alignment with the truth that your thoughts, feelings, and assumptions determine what comes to you. When you know that your good comes from within, you stop chasing it in the outer world. You no longer feel at the mercy of others' actions or the changing conditions of life. You carry with you the assurance that you can generate the ideas, opportunities, and conditions you need by turning inward and adjusting your inner state. To live in this awareness is to be unshakable because no setback can take away the source of your power. Even when faced with obstacles, you know the solution already exists within you, waiting to be claimed. You become free from dependency on the unpredictable moods and actions of others because you are anchored in the one thing you can control completely, your own state of being. Faith is loyalty to your unseen vision because it is the unwavering commitment to hold on to the reality you have imagined, even when there is no physical evidence to support it. It is the refusal to let appearances dictate your belief, the steadfast decision to trust the invisible over the visible. Faith means you have chosen your end and you will remain loyal to it in thought, feeling, and action until it takes form. This loyalty is tested most when nothing seems to be happening. The outer world may present delays, contradictions, or even complete silence, But faith does not waver in those moments. It continues to live mentally and emotionally in the desired reality, knowing that the unseen processes are already at work. Faith does not ask how or when, it simply rests in the assurance that what has been accepted within must eventually appear without. When you are loyal to your vision, you stop feeding energy to doubt or fear. You guard your imagination from contradictory thoughts, and you persist in feeling the joy and certainty of fulfillment. Every time you choose your vision over the evidence of your senses, you strengthen its hold on your inner world. And the stronger it holds within, the faster it is compelled to take shape in the outer world. Faith is not waiting, it is living now, as though your vision is already real. You are the operant power because nothing moves in your world unless you set it in motion through your thoughts, feelings, and assumptions. The ideas you entertain, the emotions you nurture, and the truths you accept are not passive. They are instructions to the unseen forces that shape your reality. No one else can think for you, imagine for you, or assume for you. You alone choose the inner state from which you live, and that state determines what appears in your outer life. Being the operant power means taking full responsibility for the direction of your mind. It means no longer waiting for circumstances to change on their own or for someone else to deliver what you want. Instead, you acknowledge that every effect in your life has its root in a cause within you. If something is missing, you plant the seed of it in imagination. If something unwanted appears, you shift your inner focus until it aligns with what you desire. This is not about force or struggle, it is about conscious creation. The moment you decide to feel, think, and believe from the reality you want, you have already set the process in motion. The outer world cannot resist the changes you make within. It must reflect them. To live in this awareness is to know that you are never powerless, never truly stuck, because the power to create or change is always with you, operating through you. Everything begins and ends within you. The images you hold, the words you speak inwardly, the beliefs you nurture, and the feelings you sustain are the architects of your reality. No circumstance has the power to shape your life unless you grant it that authority. When you claim the truth that you are the source, the mirror, the creator, and the operant power, you stop living as a passive observer and step into the role of conscious author of your destiny. Your mind is not a place to store memories. It is the workshop of creation. Guard it, direct it, and fill it with the reality you choose. The moment you decide to see yourself as the one and only power in your world, life has no choice but to rise and reflect that truth.